Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jill and Hugh Barbecue. Tonight I'm going to do the preparation work for a cook we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to cook these 12 chicken thighs in red wine. So it's going to be chicken in red wine, or coq au vin if you like, but not a particularly authentic one. It's our own version of coq au vin. So all I'm going to do now is cover the chicken thighs with our ingredients, then we're going to cover it, we're going to refrigerate it overnight, and tomorrow we'll do our cook. So I'm going to start with the dry ingredients. So first of all, we've got our kosher salt and ground black pepper, and I'm going to sprinkle this over everything. That's nice and evenly distributed. Now I'm going to go with the fresh sage. We're just going to put these over our chicken, and I'm going to sprinkle the dried thyme. The garlic cloves, our pancetta, celery, and finely chopped onion and shallot. Even a bit that escaped goes back in there. And now the red wine. This is a Pinot Noir from Sainsbury's. It's a vintage Pinot Noir because I wouldn't put anything into cooking that I wouldn't actually drink myself. This result also is going to form the base for our cooking liquor tomorrow when we cook it on the Big Joe. In fact, I'm going to put all the wine in. It's all in. That's it. So now we're going to cover it with plastic film, put it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow we'll carry on. Our chicken thighs have been in the refrigerator overnight, and you can see how much colour they've picked up from the red wine. Jill this morning has taken them out from the red wine. She's cleaned all the stuff they were marinating in off, the celery, the onions, the sage, and these we're going to just keep to one side for a moment because Jill's going to make the stock in our Dutch oven. Once she's made the stock, we're going to put the Dutch oven on direct heat. Then we're going to sit these on top of racks on top of the Dutch oven, so any juice in them will drip down into the Dutch oven, and they're going to pick up some smoke. And we'll do that for about 45 minutes to an hour until they've picked up the smoke. Then we're going to take them and put them in the Dutch oven, put the lid on, and braise them until they are butter tender.
What wood are we going to use today?
We're going to smoke these with cherry wood. Okay. So I'll leave you with Jill.
Okay.
While I go and attend to the barbecue.
Right, so we'll just put those there. For the stock, we're just going to start off by sweating down the onion, celery, etc., the ingredients that the thighs were sitting in overnight. So I'm going to turn the Dutch oven on, moderate heat, add a little bit of oil. I'm going to use rapeseed oil because I've got some fairly chunky bits of garlic in there and I don't want them to burn. Olive oil might burn a bit quicker. So we'll just get that up to quite warm. I've taken the sage and put that to one side because I don't want to put that in here yet. Okay, so I'm going to put these in just to sweat down. Yeah. Once again, we've got in here 1 large shallot diced, a medium to large onion diced, some celery chopped up, some pancetta in sort of lardon form, and I had 4 large cloves of garlic which I cut in half, took out the centre stem, and some thyme. There was some dried thyme in here because I couldn't get any fresh, so it's kind of, it is a coq au vin, but 1 or 2 of the ingredients aren't quite the same, and I don't have any mushrooms. Now, if I'd been doing this in the kitchen oven, I would have done the same procedure with the chicken thighs, covered in a little bit of flour, because when you sear it, you get all those nice sort of crispy bits, which add to the flavour. But because Hugh wants to smoke the thighs, there's no point coating them in flour because they won't take on the smoke so easily. Right, so they are well on the way. I'm going to, at this point, add in the red wine and just let the alcohol cook out a little bit. It's hard to believe that was a whole bottle. So we'll just get that up a little bit. And then a bit later on, I'm going to put in here some chicken stock. I've got a litre, and I'm just going to pour a little bit and swish it around in there so I don't lose any of that red wine flavour. Again, because we are smoking these first and the lid's going to be off of this Dutch oven, the stock is going to start to reduce. And if you saw the lamb shank video, you will see that the stock reduced considerably in that. So you really do need to put a lot of stock in. So that was 1 whole bottle of red wine, and we've got a litre of stock here. We'll have a look halfway through the cook, and if it's getting a little bit too reduced, we might add some more. On the other hand, if it's not reducing enough and looks a bit thin, I might add in a heaped teaspoon of corn flour just in a little cold water, just to thicken it up. So it's a question of having a look and seeing. Okay, that red wine has been simmering away for a little while. It's already starting to reduce a bit, so I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to add in the chicken stock. And also along with that, I'll just put the sage leaves back in. Just bring that up to a little simmer, and then we can take it outside to the Kamado Joe. Okay, so the stock here, it came up to boiling point. I've turned the heat right back, let it simmer for a couple of minutes, and I've turned it back down now so that it doesn't evaporate too much before we even get it outside. So Hugh is going to take the Dutch oven outside with the stock in, and I'll follow him with the chicken thighs. So we'll see you on the patio in a minute.
So I'm going to light the Big Joe. I've got 5 little fire lighters in the ash basket. I'm going to leave the bottom draft door fully open. I'm going to leave the lid fully open until our charcoal starts to glow, and when it starts to glow, I'm going to add these couple of little chunks of cherry wood to give our chicken some smoke flavour. I'm going to put the accessory rack in position now. So when we're ready, the grill grate's in the upper position, and we'll start off by smoking our chicken and then putting it into the Dutch oven. So we'll come back in about 10 to 15 minutes and see if it's ready. So the Kamado Joe's up to temperature. I'm going to open the grill. Plenty of smoke rolling in there. We're going to put our Dutch oven on the accessory rack. Right in the middle. There we go. Now let's go in the upper position.
What temperature have we got this at, Hugh?
This is currently at 140 degrees.
Okay.
I'm now going to put a barbecue mat on top of the grill weights just to make sure that nothing falls into the fire. And I'm going to place these above the Dutch oven. As you can see, there's quite a variation in size here.
A couple of them are huge.
And a couple of them are really tiny.
Really tiny. So they may cook slightly differently, I don't know.
Right. I'm going to close the
Thank
lid.
you.
And we'll be back in 45 minutes to an hour to check on our chicken thighs. So we've been smoking now for spot on 1 hour, so we'll have a little look and see what our chicken looks like.
Ooh.
Interesting. They've picked up quite a lot of smoke.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
So I'm going to move these
Maybe a little more than...
over to there.
You can smell it.
We can smell. Now I'm
Okay.
going to put these into the cooking liquor.
I'll take that in. Yeah?
So this goes on the Dutch oven.
Okay, so our coq au vin's been cooking for
3
2 hours?
Well,
Or
it's
1 hour
It's
smoking.
smoked for 1 hour and it's cooked for 2 hours, so 3 hours in total.
Right, and so after 1 hour of the actual cooking, after the smoking, I did put in a little watered down corn flour just to thicken the stock a little. And it's actually, I would say, pretty much perfect now. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite a nice sort of consistency. So we'll just take one of the little thighs out. A little bit of stock. And we'll just give it a taste test. It is looking pretty good. And a few of the thighs smoking it. Whoa.
Ooh, it's very tender. The chicken is
Nice.
well,
Well, we know it's cooked because the internal
that
temperature is
tastes like chicken
Hang on.
in red wine with smoke,
chicken hero.
which I have to say is a lovely, lovely taste.
It's so tender, I can't get it. Wow.
It does just fall apart. It just falls apart. This.
It's really lovely.
Yes, but that's not
But
dry at all.
You don't have to chew it or
Chicken is
anything.
moist. It falls apart.
And the
is-
stock is really tasty.
It's so tasty. And it's like I said, it's like a chicken in red wine with the addition of smoke. And we also have something interesting here. This is a gin, and this is Brooklyn gin. This was on special offer with Amazon, and I have to say, this is a lovely drop of gin.
How much was it?
It was reduced from £32 to 20 on the Amazon Treasure Truck, and it's,
Well, that's quite good.
I have to say, it's well worth it. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen, give us a big thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button down there and hit the bell if you want to see further episodes of Jim and Hugh Barbecue.